Hey, what's going on, guys? I've been delaying this a little bit because I was contemplating whether I wanted to do this on a live stream or not, and I just haven't really had a lot of time for live streaming lately, so I'm just going to just record this. You guys aren't seeing this on the live stream, so sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know, just don't really have the time at the moment. So we're going to be unboxing the HG Build Fighters Super Fumina. And I'm really looking forward to this. Just once again, got to say a big thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit to share with you guys. This is probably one that I just was definitely planning on picking up either way, even whether they were going to supply me with this kit or not, just because it's so interesting and unique. I've been seeing a lot of people saying like, oh, the kit's so like weird or creepy, or like they think it's like strange, or in some way it's like some sort of perverted or something in some way, that it's like a model kit of a girl. But like, I don't know if you've ever like seen anything on sale from Japan, but there's like a million different figures, like plastic figures and model kits and everything of like girls. This kit is like so super tame, that's like not even creepy or weird at all. I think it's awesome just because it's so unique. Like, we haven't had anything like this. There's only been one time in, as far as I know, in the history of Gunpla, that there's been like a kit sort of like this. It was some other Gundam Girl kit, super old, like 80s kit. I've only seen like pictures of it online. I've never seen it even in stores in Japan even. I'd imagine it's probably pretty rare. So this one is new, really cool. Like I said, I think it's awesome that they actually made this into a kit, so I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I imagine I'm gonna get some pretty strange looks from my students if they walk into my office tomorrow while I'm sitting at my desk at work working on snapping this up. So let's go ahead and take a look around the sides of the box. Box art, front of the box art's pretty cool. Just a very standard Build Fighters box art here. It's not bad, but it's not really like as nice, I think, compared to some other series box arts. On the side, we're seeing this is number 44 in the series. I guess that number is going to increase once we start getting kits from the Build Fighters OVA, I think. But at the moment, this is the last one that we've got, number 44. Going around onto the sides here, you can see just some action shots here and a bit about the gimmicks. Going to be quite a lot of gimmicks with this kit, with it being just a pretty, I mean, like the entire kit is basically a gimmick, right? But it does have like some clear effect parts for the ribbon as well. Just got a action base stand included, I believe, so that's pretty cool, with a little bit different piece than like the one we saw for the Hyakuri recently. And the weapons on it, I believe, are just the same. The shields might be different, but the guns, I believe, are the same runners that came with the powered GM, or with the GM cardigan, I should say, sorry. So I believe that those runners are going to be recycled, but those are probably the only ones. Here's just a bit about that with the Lightning Zeta Gundam there. Really enjoyed that kit. On the other side, we've got the front and back view. This kit is also quite tall, quite large, so I'm looking forward to seeing just how big that is compared with another kit. There's a bit about its very short appearance in the anime. I mean, this probably had less than 5 minutes of screen time, I'm sure. It's just amazing. A bit about the story, and then 1,800 yen for the price. It's really pretty amazing how what Bandai's done with Build Fighters, of like making kits of mobile suits that have such little screen time, where we have other series like older Gundam series where there's like loads of mobile suits that don't have any sort of kit yet, and it's been like years and years. Right out of the box here, there is that face. I guess that could be what some people are thinking is maybe creepy about this. There's those clear green parts, just a couple of there. There's parts for the hair. Some other white parts, looks like some underwear parts there. Stickers, there's going to be quite a few of those, and quite a few different options for eyes on there as well. So that's pretty cool. Looks like those other ones are maybe for the face or something as well. So that's pretty cool. Different options there. There's the runner from the GM cardigan. And here's our action-based part with a new piece on there. The dress. And yeah, this is a softer plastic. I'd heard about that. The skirt part. and then white parts, and the white polycaps too, which is interesting. So we'll take a look at all of that stuff momentarily. Let's first take a look at the guide. Now, like usual, it's just going to have the box art on top, and on the bottom a little bit about the mobile suit, which is so silly, funny, and then the pilot and I guess the model that the mobile suit was modeled after. So cool, funny, interesting. I'm into it. Customized plan here, obviously it's going to be based off of the GM cardigan there, which is kind of interesting. That's based off of a Build Fighters kit, based off of a Build Fighters kit. I believe that's the only time that we've seen that. And then just the same kind of stuff we saw around the outside of the box. It's just showing off the weapons. It has the beam saber handles in the shoulders as well, Gatling gun in the arms, and just a lot of the same weapon setup basically as the GM cardigan. And then here we get a front shot of the face, so you can check out some of the detail for that, sort of acting like a painting guide, and then the color guide there for the kit. Opening this up, here's our color pages with the border in pink. Interestingly, it's also, I think, the first time I've ever seen that. For our parts list, I assume we're going to be probably using just about everything except maybe a couple polycaps. It does look to be the case, except here on the E-runner, the runner that is from the GM cardigan, there's a bunch of those connector pieces that we're not going to be using for this, so we will have a bunch of extras of that. Starting off the construction, it looks like we're building the torso first, or a chest, upper torso, the head, there's all that, very interesting indeed. Then moving on to the right arm, then left arm, putting the upper body together, then moving on to the feet, legs, then building the waist section, and then putting that together, the waist with the skirt and all of that. And go back to our color pages here, just finishing up with the backpack, and then the weapons, all of that, building the shields, putting those on, the rifles, and then our base. We have a new part for that. It does include that same part if you wanted to use that for something, but for this kit we need this larger one because this kit is taller. So that's going to plug in, it looks like, up underneath the backpack, not underneath the crotch. That would be sort of weird. Anyway, and then yeah, there's that at the bottom, just how to display it if you want. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at these runners. So let's start off with our foil stickers sheet here, and as I said, we have quite a bit of options here. I believe these are all going on the face, like around the eyes, and that brown part in the center is supposed to be like the eyebrow, I believe, and then these pink dash line ones there are supposed to be going on the cheek, like cute parts on the cheek, and then this obviously looks like some sort of ear part. Different options here for the eyes, although they don't really look all that different. I'm not really entirely sure what's too different about those, considering they're all marked with the same markings as well, 6 and 7, I guess. Just I really don't know why there's so many of those. I'll have to see. And these pink stickers here are all going on the leg parts, I believe, on the shorts of the Super Fumina. Anyway, quite a lot of stickers here for this. Here's our polycaps, if you can believe it. I think it's maybe the first time I've ever seen polycaps in white. You do rarely see them in different colors other than gray, but I think it's the first time maybe that I've seen them in white. Anyway, this looks like a totally new polycap runner, and that wouldn't be all that surprising considering the uniqueness of this kit. This runner is labeled PCF6 for our polycaps. And then we have this base BA0 here. I really like this. I wish Bandai included this. I wish they would just start including this with like basically every high grade. I think that would be really awesome. It just serves as a really nice, just really basic base. It doesn't have a lot of articulation, not really a whole lot that you can do with it, but there's no waste with this, there's no runner. It's just super simple and it does the job. I think a lot of kits could really benefit from just having just a nice little simple base for them. The A runner here is going to be a bunch of our white parts, not all but most of them. You can see there's parts for the shield, the hands, legs, arms, chest there, all of that. And then the marking on this is going to be HG 1144 scale, Super Fumina. It's interestingly spelled out in hiragana and not spelled out in katakana. It's quite strange. Usually names are spelled out in katakana, but this is in hiragana. I don't know. It's a little bit strange anyway. Something to note. Anyway, runner B is going to be our yellow parts for the kit. All our yellow for the accent. Same yellow, I suppose, as the GM cardigan. When I do the review, I'll have to bring out that kit and have them side by side to compare for you guys. But there's all of our yellow parts in the B runner. Runner C is just small, the remainder of our white parts here. This looks like mostly parts for the waist, as well as this ribbon, which is not going on the chest, but maybe on the hair, I believe is where that ribbon is going there. Then we have runner D1, which is going to be just a kind of yellowish brown color here for the hair. And that's pretty much all that's on here, as well as this small piece here, which is going to be our piece for the eyebrows. So that will feed through the face piece here on runner D2. Runner D2 is just this kind of skin tone color, as this is the parts for the face, the waist. I think these are for the legs, is the face part, and then this is the waist part, I believe. Very skin waist, very skinny waist, very unrealistic. Little belly button detail on there even. Anyway, the part for the eyebrows, if you can see, it will fit through the eyebrow holes there on the face, and that's how we're getting that. Also interestingly here, the face is not totally symmetrical, as we have an ear on one side, but no ear on the other side. So I guess just the way that the hair is molded, one of the ears is covered. So kind of interesting there. Runner E1 again is not new. This is just the old runner from the GM cardigan, or the GM powereder, whatever it was called. Anyway, so nothing new here. And runner F, strangely enough, is just these two different parts here. There's this one for the top of the head and this one for the skirt, and it's in this softer plastic. Not really sure why. It doesn't really seem to make any sense why they would have made this in this softer plastic. In all honesty, it just makes it harder to sand, harder to paint. But, you know, it is the way it is, so we just have to deal with it. Anyway, here's runner F. And then runner G1, just three parts here. These clear green effect parts for the shield, as well as the tiny clear green bow up on the chest. And last but not least, runner G2 is the clear parts for the eyes. I believe those are for the eyes. And then this extra piece for the base. I didn't notice this in the instruction manual, but this extra piece for the base has those stars in it, the star pattern, so that's kind of interesting there. So that's it for the runners. So that is going to do it for unboxing the HG Super Fumina. Very interesting indeed. For how big, I've seen pictures of how big the kit actually is, and the box isn't that big, and it really doesn't seem like there's really a whole lot in there. But I guess it's just because the design of the mobile suit is just overall just kind of pretty slim, so there's not really going to be a whole lot of, in terms of like bulky parts and things like that. So really looking forward to seeing how this comes together. I think it's really quite interesting, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll be sharing this with you guys in the review coming up next. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, of course, leave those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the review.